Hey peeps, welcome back. We're talking The Real Housewives of New Jersey, season 14, episode 1.
Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about.
Hey guys, we're back. The Housewives are back. We've been on a hiatus a little bit. Plus I was on a little bit of a hiatus working on my mental health. For those of you who don't know, on Easter Sunday, I lost my father. He passed away, very unexpected, and then I went down another spiral of complete sadness. But now I'm back. I'm working on it day to day. Some days are good, some days are bad. Today happens to be a pretty good day, and I'm glad to be back. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do me the honor of subscribing to my channel. Hit the like button and comment. I love reading you guys' comments. I really do. Help me grow my channel. That would be amazing if you could subscribe, share, talk to other people about my channel. Let's get into the show. Okay, so I'm going to be honest. I was not absolutely ready for New Jersey because last season, kind of went too far, kind of bored me, and it just reminded me that it had been 10 or 12 years of Teresa versus Melissa, and it was getting kind of old. Marge was coming in always acting like the big bad wolf. Girl, I'm tired of Marge. Anyway, we also saw the situation over at Potomac when it was divided. It was kind of boring. The whole season was boring. Potomac didn't get interesting really until the last 2 episodes and then the reunion. Okay, I didn't watch the reunion. I did see a ton of clips, and I am glad to see that Candace is leaving. I am a fan of Candace. I didn't start out as a fan of Candace, but the last couple seasons I kind of started to enjoy having her on the show. She's leaving to focus on her career and her new baby. Her and Chris are welcoming a new baby here soon, and I'm very happy for them. Bravo has decided to let Robin go. I'm interested in seeing how the next season of Potomac is going to go because Giselle will not have her wing woman there to protect her and have her back in all of her foolishness. So I look forward to seeing if she can stand on her own. I did see somewhere where last minute they gave Key a contract. So I don't know if it was a full-fledged housewife contract or if it was a friend of contract, but I like her and I'm happy to see her back. Mia is bringing some stuff. You know what I mean? She's bringing all of her business, all of her husband's business, all of her possibly baby daddy DJ business. And so I'm interested to see where that goes. As of now, I'm not sure if Nneka is coming back, but I wouldn't be sad if she wasn't. So I was hoping that New Jersey is not going to be the same thing where they decide to split the group up and everything, but we'll see what happens. So this episode starts off with the Fudas, and to be honest, listen, I'm not a fan of the Fudas. Not Rachel or her husband, not a fan. I want to go into this saying that a lot of times when people do their reviews, you have people that get in the comments and they say, oh, you're biased, you're biased. Well, I'm just going to tell you up front, I'm biased, okay? This is my review, my thoughts, my opinion. I'm not a real journalist, so I don't have to be unbiased. Everybody is allowed to have their opinions. Everyone is allowed to have the team that they rock with, and I respect that. So I just hope that other people can respect that I don't rock with the Fudas. Anyway, most of the time when it's just the Fudas, I kind of want to, move along and fast forward, but because I'm doing the review, I figured I better watch. One thing that I do like about the Fudas, and it might be the only thing I like about them, is their children. They have 3 beautiful children, and one of her daughters is going through something with her tongue. I think she called it a tongue tether. I think that's what she called it. But she says that it is something that can be corrected. She has gotten all kinds of appointments scheduled for her daughter, especially with a dentist. And I think she's also going to be working with a speech therapist. And I am wishing them nothing but the best. Those girls are beautiful. One thing that I noticed too is her grandmother called Jennifer Aiden Jennifer with the nose job. I thought that was tacky. I like Nana. I liked her the last time we saw her because she's a say it like it is person. She's a get right to it person. She's a I don't fool around type of person. And I think that when you get to be a particular age, you shouldn't have to fool around. So I do appreciate Grandma. I do. What I didn't appreciate is you saying that while you're sitting there looking at your granddaughter with her nose job. Now, I don't talk about people's plastic surgery because everybody has the right to do whatever the hell they want. They need to nip, tuck, this, and that, and they should be able to do it. They should feel good about themselves after they do it. She can do whatever she wants, but I don't think that her grandma or her or anybody else in the Fuda family should bring up somebody else's nose. Now, do I appreciate that Jen brought up Rachel's nose and was so nasty about it? Absolutely not. She had no business talking about Rachel and her nose either. So I really wish that they would stop this. Stop this altogether. This makes no sense. One thing that I was absolutely excited about is Antonia and Gabriella going off to college. Antonia is going off to the University of Delaware, and Gabrielle is going to the University of Michigan. And these ladies are so adorable. They are such good girls. And I am absolutely ecstatic for both of them. I think that Melissa and Teresa did a really good job raising their kids. I think that Teresa is an amazing mom. Now, a lot of people hate her guts. Other people love her to death. But one thing I think that we can all agree in, Teresa did a really good job raising those girls. She loves those girls with all of her heart, and just seeing them I don't know, I get kind of teary-eyed because we watched all of the kids on New Jersey grow up. We've been watching them since they were really tiny kids, and now they're all growing and headed off to school, and I love this. This is a good thing. So it turns out that Jen Fessler is turning 55, and they're throwing a party for her, and Teresa and Jennifer are invited. And what I thought was crazy is Rachel says she wants nothing to do with Teresa and Louie. Melissa wants nothing to do with Teresa and Louie. So her husband Joe also wants nothing to do with Teresa and Louie. Marge wants nothing to do with Teresa and Louie. However, they all sit around and talk about Teresa and Louie. So my thing is this: if you don't want anything to do with them, don't have scenes talking about them. It just makes no sense. Production asked Melissa about Teresa and Louie, and she said, I don't want to talk about them. But why are you having conversations about them in your scenes? It makes no sense. They're all sitting around at different times, different homes, different groups, talking about Jen Fessler's party and what they're going to do about Teresa and Joe being at the party. I don't understand, as grown people, all well over the age of 40, why can't you all go to these parties? I don't think that the Fudas are over 40, but anyway, why can't you go to these parties and just hang out with the people that you know and the people that you like? Why can't you just head nod when you come in, or just say hello and keep it moving? You know, Teresa gets over to the party and she says hello to Marge. Marge runs off like she is straight 12. I saw Teresa. She said hi. I just turned around and walked away. Are we still doing that? You are grown, ma'am. This is ridiculous. You could have said hello and moved on. Okay? Move around. This is ridiculous. Anyway, I can't stand these people. It seems to me they have all gotten together and said, hey, we are all going to try to ignore Teresa as much as possible this season. We're not going to film with her. We're going to try to block her out. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. I really do think the reason that Melissa and Joe are still on this show is because Andy has a huge crush on Joe. That's what I think. That's just my opinion, and it's all alleged. We see Jen. She is Jen Fessler, that is. She's learning how to play the guitar, and I think that's awesome. When I was a kid, I always wanted to play the guitar, but I was really bad on the recorder. I was so bad on the recorder that I gave up. I said, I don't want to do this anymore. Throw my recorder to the ground. And so when I decided that I wanted to be like Lita Ford, and I wanted to rock out. You know what I mean? I really wanted to Kiss Me Deadly. Anyway, there was a music store by our house, and it had a beautiful electric pink guitar that used to hang in the window. And I kept begging my mom for it. I'm like, give me a chance, give me a chance. And she said, hell no. And she listed all the instruments, all the sports, all the dance, all the stuff that she had let me try, that I said that I wanted to try, that I was passionate about, that after I decided that I wasn't the best at, I didn't want to do it no more. So she said, no, ma'am. I am not buying you an electric guitar. You are not going to have this happen. Anyway, I think it's amazing at 55 that Jen has decided she's going to learn how to play the guitar. And you know what? I'm thinking I might try to, play the guitar too. I'm just saying, why not? If I decide that it's not for me, I'm only wasting my own money, not my mama's. Anyway, I'm not even going to tell my mom about it unless I decide to stick with it. So anyway, Marge comes over there and she was talking about Jan and how Jan died and her son is getting married and Jan's not going to be there for the wedding. And I really just wanted to fast forward. Like I said earlier, my dad died and I'm not married. But when she said that, I froze because I thought one day I might get married. My dad won't be there. It upset me a lot. And so, I just wanted to say, I'm sorry for Marge and her children's loss. And I'm absolutely positive that their father will be there in spirit. And, yeah. I'm sorry about their loss. Okay. I want to move on now. Okay, so, Marge was and Jennifer, they were talking about how Teresa or Louie or somebody called one of her children's jobs to try to threaten them, this private investigation situation. And to be honest, I don't think that Teresa or Louie called that man's job. I mean, seriously, they can't stand Marge, but why would they call your adult child that they don't even know? It just didn't make sense to me. But Marge was protested a lot. I don't want to talk about Teresa. I don't want to talk about Teresa. I don't want to think about Teresa. Just it was too much. Too much. If you don't want to talk about Teresa, you don't want to think about Teresa, you don't want to hear the name Teresa, then shut up. Don't talk about it. Everybody stifle. I don't know why Archie Bunker just came out of me. Just stifle. We're sick of it.
Will you stifle yourself?
All right, so we see Dolores and Paulie. They went out with Teresa and Louie, and, Paulie is still married. And I said, well, damn, I think that Paulie and Dolores make a real good couple. They're a real cute couple, but it's something about meeting a man and being attracted to him and him telling you that he's still married. And you're thinking, oh, well, he must be legally separated and they're working on this divorce and he'll be divorced, the next couple months. No, that's not what happened. Paulie has been separated from his wife for 10 years and they are still married. And this divorce is, frozen, stuck in molasses, riding on the back of a snail. What the hell is taking so long? What is taking so long? I have seen billionaires, well, damn near a trillionaire, Jeff Bezos and his wife got a divorce no time flat. They had a whole lot of shit to separate. You know what I mean? A whole lot of assets and money. Now, I'm not saying that Paulie don't have a little money, but it ain't Jeff Bezos' money. Okay, please cut the shit. But then it was some kind of comment, I don't know if it was in the episode or in a preview that I seen, where Paulie said, you don't think I'm getting divorced on Monday and asking you to marry me on Tuesday, right? I said, well, shit, honey, Dolores, you might want to rethink the being single life, because, girl, I'm sure that there are some man with a little means that is fully divorced and ready to date you. I'm just saying, it's a bit much. Then we find out that Louie reached out to John Fuda to see if they wanted to go to a coffee shop, meet up, have a little conversation before they went to Jen Fessler's party. I think that was a good idea as an adult. Jen Fessler's turning 55. There's a lot of money involved in setting this party up for her. This is her birthday. She should be able to have a beautiful birthday party with the love of her family and friends, a lot of dancing, a lot of drinking, some good food and cake, and not have to worry about people arguing, in the middle of her birthday party. But John Fuda didn't want to do that. He wanted to have the conversation when they got to the party. Now, in my opinion, I have to agree with Paulie. This is two people's private situation. You can have this conversation, and if you absolutely need the cameras there, they can come to the restaurant where you have your little sit down. But for me, I just feel like John Fuda and his wife are extremely thirsty people. They seem to have been Bravo fans. I mean, isn't that even her Instagram or Twitter handle? Bravo fan 111 or something. Bravo lover 222 or something. It's something, I don't know. I have to check into it. But I know it's one of those, Bravo lover or Bravo fan with a bunch of numbers at the end. Anyway, this is ridiculous. You don't need to have this blow up at this woman's birthday party. But to me, they seem like they are trying to get the most TV time possible. Teresa does reveal to Dolores that she got all kinds of tea from Frank. Frank told her that before they went to the reunion, they all got together to decide how they were going to go against Teresa and Louis. Frank also told her that at the reunion on the couch, Jim Fessler yelled out to somebody, they think it's possibly Joe, that they were not executing the plan properly. And Paulie said he heard that, and you have to be deaf if you didn't hear it either. I said, well, shit.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Where's the editors to roll us in for that? Can we find that clip? Anyway, listen, that is no shock or surprise. I don't think any of you should be shocked or surprised by it either. When we watched the reunion, you could tell that they had came as a united force, that they were all there to crawl up Teresa and Louis' ass. We saw that. You didn't have to tell us that. You know, we also find out that Frank has purchased a house close to by where Melissa lives. I said, well, thank God him and that girl can stop shacking up over at David's house. I know David is so excited. I'm sure he had a housekeeping service coming there and steam clean his entire place. He is a single, fancy and free man now. Jeez, I started dating this beautiful Dolores, ended up with her ex-husband and his girlfriend. How the hell does that work? Anyway. So they get around to coming to the party. The place is set up beautifully. It looks amazing. I think that Rachel and Jen's husband did a great job setting everything up. One thing that I was not happy about is Teresa and Jennifer Aiden rode together to the party. And the first thing Teresa wanted to tell her is that, have you seen everything that was online, everything in the blogs? You know, allegedly John Fuda was a street pharmacist, the biggest one in Jersey. And he liked double-headed adult, toys. And I said, don't do it, Teresa. Do not do it. A couple of seasons ago, when everybody was reading all this stuff in the blogs about Louis, you did not like it. You did not love it. Okay, don't bring this stuff up. Not only that, you are pissed off at them for being pissed off at Louis because Louis hired a private investigator to get into their personal business. So they sort of have a right to be pissed, because I'm going to tell you right now, if I am in a group of friends or a new group of associates and I find out that your husband hired a private investigator to get up in my business, I'm going to whoop your husband's ass. Okay. I just don't love it. I don't love it. I'm just saying. I just thought it was bad taste. Like, don't bring up this man's stuff on the blogs, because they'll bring up stuff on the blogs about you and your husband and you won't like it. Not only that, what if they all decided to get together and hire a private investigator to dig into Louis' background? You wouldn't love it. Stop it. One thing that I did like about John Fuda is when he got with the guy group, I call him a guy group, the wannabe housewives. Anyway, when he got with the wannabe housewives, he said, well, apparently there's all kinds of stuff out online about me. Apparently I'm, a street pharmacist and I like double-headed adult toys. I said, way to get in front of it, John. That was my thought on it. What I also thought was a little bit petty too is one of the men, when Teresa and Jennifer walked in, said, oh, look who just walked in. Heads up. I said, really, grown man? Really, grown man? Okay, stay out of women's business. gosh, these dudes on here, they really do pan for the camera. I mean, they really put on a show so that they can be on the camera. You know, all the other franchises, they have husbands, but do you ever see the husbands putting on like this? I mean, besides Sergio over at Dubai. Sergio, God, he does too much. I don't enjoy him either. I'm just saying, it's a little bit too much. So then we get the conversation with Paulie and John Fuda.
You want to meet somebody in person? A party's not a place to talk to them. But hold on, because one thing, right? Your problem is not his problem. No. Two very different problems. Yeah, and what you went through and what happened, I think that needs to be spoken about being you and him.
You guys got his back. You guys are flying and wing with him.
I'm your friend and I'm his friend. I'm neutral to the situation.
I got to be honest. It looks like you're on a side.
Listen, I'm on no one's schedule.
I'm just being honest.
You back that guy up?
What do you mean back him up? If he's wrong, I wouldn't back anybody up.
Well, you know, nobody's surprised. Joe and John both look like idiots in my opinion. You are asking a grown-ass man to pick sides. Okay, this is not middle school. This is not a recess situation. You know, I want to jump rope with her. No, this is not that. He is a grown-ass man dropping grown-ass facts. It does not make sense that you wanted to have it out with him here at this party. And you guys want to try to double team him. Oh, you're on his side. So you're on his side because it sort of sounds like you're on his side. And then when he comes and says, I'm friends with both of you, I'm not picking sides. He shouldn't have to. You guys are grown and he's on the side of common sense. These two idiots, I'm just not here for them. John wants to be famous. He wants to be in the camera just like Joe. And, you know, Joe is trying to stay relevant, riding the coattails of Teresa and Melissa, in my opinion. I have never been a fan of Joe. I've never been a fan of Joe Gorga. I don't know. At the end of the conversation, Dolores comes over, breaks everything up, and, you know, tells Paulie it's time to go. But in the end, Paulie cleared those housewives. Those house husbands, wannabe wives. You know, it's ridiculous. And Teresa and Jennifer were about to leave, and that's when they really messed up. This pissed me off. I said, wait a minute, y'all were about to leave. Get your little candy gift bag and go. Why stop to start with Rachel? One thing I have to say is Rachel was sitting there minding her business. Teresa and Jennifer stopped by to pretty much tell her how terrible it was that your husband didn't want to meet up with my husband. And oh, by the way, I heard that your husband was a street pharmacist and liked double-headed adult toys. Why? Why do that? Why do that? What really pissed me off is John trying to say something to Teresa. And he was screaming across the bar, whatever. And Teresa, did anybody notice she gave him the come on over? Like, I'm not afraid of you, buddy. Come on over here. It's something about men yelling at women that I don't agree with. Now, if a man wants to yell at me, I'm with it. Okay, I'm always on ready. Let's have this conversation. Let's yell, buddy. But I don't love it. I don't think it's right. Let your wife handle Teresa and Jennifer. Or both of you just walk away. But no, you get more screen time if you scream across at her that she's not relevant. First of all, if Teresa Giudice, the Queen of New Jersey, if Teresa Giudice, one of the top 5 housewives out of all the freaking franchises, is not relevant, you and your wife never was, and you never will be. Are you serious? I do not see anybody's list in the future, in my mind. I am not psychic, but I don't ever foresee that there will ever be a list of top tier housewives and house husbands where Rachel and John Fuda make the damn cut. No. No. I'm just saying, I don't even know how they made it to a second season. I really don't. Anyway, this is just too much for me. I do not like a lot of public arguing. It is entertaining when you watch it on TV, but personally, I don't love it. I don't know, you guys. What do you think this season is going to be like? Do you think it's going to be like Potomac, where they keep going to certain get-togethers and then it's like half of the people on this side, oh, I don't talk to them. I'm going to stick my nose in the air and then I'm going to glide over to this side of the room and talk shit about them behind their back? Probably. I don't know. Get down in the comments, you guys, and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.